All right, guys, so I am super excited for today because we are finally going to start the process of decorating my room. I have been going through tons of different pictures trying to figure out what I was trying to go for, and I personally really love like the wainscoting look and all of that kind of stuff. Now, because we are renting, I knew I needed to find a renter-friendly option. So I picked up these peel and stick wainscoting I guess rolls. I have about 4 of them. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be enough for the entire room, but the look that I'm going for is, you know, the thicker wainscoting here, and then I will actually do boxes. I will have this link down below. It comes in like 4 or 5 different sizes. I got the second to largest one. Yeah, there's one that was a little bit thicker, which I feel as if I should have went with that, but I was a little bit too scared that it was going to be like too big. But going with this, it says you're easily able to cut it and all of the things, but the boxes I want to be like smaller, so that's why I just decided to pick these up to start out, see how easy it is to work with. I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm doing. I literally was just like Googling and stumbled upon this stuff. So we are going to test it out together. I figure we can kind of start in this section, like this wall, and then possibly the wall where the window is. Just because I don't want to necessarily like move my entire bed back just yet. I do also need to pick up some paint. I don't know if I'm going to do that later today or wait until I do the boxes and then just paint everything together, which I think that that's probably going to be the best. But right now we're literally just, it's kind of like phase 1 to seeing how things look. I don't want it to look like crazy or cheap or anything like that, but I also want to make sure that it's something that could be easily removed when I do eventually move out. But I'm just excited about this because I have not really done anything to decorate my room. I feel as if in a previous video I had mentioned to you guys, I made sure that the rest of the apartment was, you know, cutely decorated and all of that kind of stuff, just transforming it from a, like, you know, an apartment into our own home. But I left myself to the end, and I do think that's common with a lot of, you know, parents. They tend to put, you know, their kids first and all of the other stuff, which is great, but now it's time to start focusing on, you know, making this bedroom just feel a lot more cozier. So the first thing I'm thinking about doing is measuring to see how high I want the wainscoting to be. I personally like it higher than your traditional, I guess, like chair rail. But yeah, I just kind of like it higher. I'm thinking like something like this. When I was measuring before, I was thinking like 4 feet high. So something like this. So something like this where it's like this high. It's going to go around the entire room. And then I will figure larger boxes once I place another order for the other stuff. But I was thinking about possibly marking it to make sure that everything's level, which also reminds me I need to get the leveler as well. But again, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. And a lot of the times I don't. I kind of just wing it and it turns out the way it turns out.
I'm just trying to get by. I don't know how you do it. Trying to keep you off my mind, I can't hold to it. You make it easy, but every time I fall back again. Tell me all the secrets, 'cause baby I can see the end. Don't slow down.
So this was the one area, all the corners is what I was a little bit worried about. But what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cut it as close to the corner as I possibly can, and then just, I guess, overlap it and then hope that looks good. I don't think anybody should really be checking for the corners like that. But that's the only idea that I can think of. Again, we're winging this.
Keep my heart wide open. All I ask of you, baby, keep the fire burning. Come on, keep the fire burning. I keep losing track of time. I'm barely moving. Pick up the pieces left behind. I hold on to.
So we got the first roll up. It was actually a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, and part of me was thinking about not even worrying about this behind the TV just because no one's really going to see it. The end is still on a slant, and I was hoping that I could connect the other one that has a slant. I might be able to instead of having to cut it. We will see. But I'm thinking about finishing up to that side of the wall and then kind of starting in that corner a little bit. I'm actually thinking that I might have gotten enough rolls, and I think all 4 of them will just be what I need. Worst case, I again don't have to put it behind my headboard because who's going to even see that? So why waste the money? And there's nowhere else for me to be able to move my bed, like if I were to just like, you know, rearrange the furniture and stuff like that. But that is the only wall that the bed can fit in onto. So I'm not really worried about that, but we're gonna see. We're making progress, figuring it out. So far it looks really, really good. I think once I paint the bottom half white, it's really going to pop a lot more. And then I'm really just trying to figure out what color I want up at the top. I'm thinking about pulling in the grays, the gray color that you see in the rug a little bit. I'm thinking about trying to pull that in and then possibly do like a cool tone gray up at the top. I think it's neutral enough that it will go with everything that I have, you know, whether it's curtains, pillows, all of the things. So that is my thought process right now. But again, I'm probably going to have to test out a couple of different paints. But the first thing we definitely need to do is to finish the, I guess, chair rail wainscoting. I think I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but at least I know I need to finish up the chair rail and kind of go from there and see where we're at.
Can't take my eyes off, can't take my eyes off, can't take my eyes off, can't take my eyes off. You got that motion, dance in slow motion. My eyes can't help looking at you right now. So much emotion, just pick your poison. Is every move you make even allowed? Can't get enough. I try my best to look away, but I can't stop. Am I a freak to you? We almost touch. I feel your body move my way, you're close enough. So I say, can't take my eyes on you. You were all I see. Can't take my eyes.
All right, so we are almost halfway done with the room. I feel like once I kind of get this full side done, we're pretty much finished. I am going to have to take this what's it called, the calendar down, and I'm gonna have to like spackle a little bit. To be honest, I have to figure out a better system for the calendar. I think because it's in here, I'm not really like using it. So we just have to figure out something like that. But it does look like it's about that time to kind of like start moving the bed away from the wall. I feel like this wall is going to be like the biggest thing to really do. So I'm trying to think possibly taking everything from underneath the bed and then taking the risers down and then trying to move it from against the wall just a little bit. I think that might work the best. We will see. So I do like how it's turning out so far. I do think that once I, you know, again, paint, it's going to look 10 times better, and I think the room is going to brighten up a lot more. But yeah, I think the biggest thing now, I can't put off moving the bed away from the wall any longer. The good thing is I have this last strip from the second roll. So we still have another 2 rolls, and this will probably get me to a little bit behind the bed, which I'm actually happy for, because behind the TV and then behind the bed will be where we're attaching 2 separate rolls together. So you're not really going to see that, but I think if I caulk all of the places where I'm attaching them or in the corners, it's going to look a lot better, because it's going to look a lot more like seamless and stuff like that. And to be honest, working with this is really, really easy. Cutting it, you know, you have to be a little bit careful, but for the most part, it's really not that hard. I do recommend using a razor. Wow. I do recommend using a razor. Now, the one thing I will say about this is this glue that is stuck behind here is very, very strong. I did see when I was kind of having it like hang a little bit because I needed to go grab something, a little bit of the paint came off the wall. So would I say this is really renter friendly? Not really, because depending on the type of paint that they use, it comes off the wall, I feel like, fairly easy. But I think at this point, it's like, you know, I don't necessarily think I'm going to get my full security deposit back, or however that works, because this is the first apartment I've ever had. But I just want my home to feel like personalized and cozy and all of those type of things. And these are the things that you have to do. And I'm willing to give that security deposit up. I don't even know how much I put down because it's been so many years since we've been here. It is what it is. But I do think that this is a cheaper route than actually buying like the wood pieces from your local Home Depot, Lowe's, or anything like that. Alright, so for the most part, we are finished. I did want to show you guys just how strong the tape is for this. So I put some tape down. I put this down, and then I needed to move it a bit, and the paint came off. So I don't know. I'm going to see if I have, like, if I'll have any extra after just doing this last corner. I think I will, but for right now, I'm just gonna leave this here. But yeah, I literally only had it on there for max 1 minute. So just keep in mind, this kind of like sticky tape that is behind here is very, very, very strong. But like I just mentioned, I just have this one last section. I think I have literally just enough. At first, I thought I only bought 3 of them. And then when the box came, it had 4. And I'm like, I don't remember ordering a 4th one, but I'm glad I did. I kind of was just like eyeballing it. Did I measure? Did I do all the things that I probably should have? Absolutely not. I just wung it, you know, girl math. I have about this much left, and again, like I said, it's just this corner, so I think I should be good, and then hopefully just have enough to fix that one piece. But yeah, part of me wants to go to Home Depot today and start painting white, like, you know, the bottom part white, but I need to like slow down because honestly, this is taking a lot of like energy. I thought it was going to be something super easy, which it is, but at the same time, moving furniture and all of that kind of stuff, you know, is a lot of work. So I think kind of finishing this corner, I'll probably just do that off camera, and then I just need to place an order for the boxes that I want to do down at the bottom. I'll probably need way more than just 4, I think, but I don't know. We'll see. I think I might start with 4, and if I need to order some more, I can, because again, I don't need to put the boxes behind the bed. No one's really going to see that. So I think in like with that one, I'm gonna like skimp a little bit, because after a while all this stuff like adds up for real. And then we can get to the point where we can paint and start decorating, and that's the fun stuff, because I do want to bring some like flowers in here, like a vase, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm so excited because it's turning out exactly the way that I envisioned it. All right, so we just got back from the grocery store. We are currently on spring break, so I did end up taking a couple of days off, which is really, really nice. Today we didn't have anything planned. It's kind of just like a low-key, chill day, which is exactly what I need, but we did need to go to the grocery store and just restock up on some items. Now, typically I will go by myself for a reason in the middle of the day during the week. However, I did bring Riley with me, so we did end up getting a few extra items that I didn't necessarily have on my list, but that's okay. I did end up spending more than I wanted to. It was over $100, and just for the two of us, I would typically say on the higher end it's typically $75, but there were a couple of staple items that I just really needed to grab, so it is what it is type of thing. But did want to do a grocery haul with you guys. I needed to stock up on some new laundry detergent, and this is by far my favorite one, the Gain one, but you have to go with the Island Fresh because it will have your clothes smelling so good. I'm obsessed with it, so anytime I need to restock, I always get this one. I also got some pineapple. Those were on sale, 2 for $5. I love pineapple, and now that the weather is starting to get warmer, for me personally, my go-to snack is always going to be some type of fruit. So I'm gonna let these kind of like juice up a little bit more, and then I'll probably cut those in a couple days. Picked up some mozzarella cheese. We were thinking about possibly doing pizza bagels for dinner, but we kind of changed our mind, and honestly that's perfectly fine with me. I got the larger thing of ground beef because I want to make like a taco bowl, but then Riley was saying that she also wanted a burger, so that's actually what we're going to be making for dinner today. So I decided to pick up the bigger pack so that I can still make what I want to make, but then still also make some burgers tonight. Tomatoes, jalapeno, some limes, and cilantro. I was thinking about just doing some like pico. That could go on the taco bowl. Also decided to get some shredded lettuce. I'm a little bit lazy and do not feel like cutting it. She saw these cute little goldfish, and it's, you know, right before Easter, so pick these up. I don't think that they look any different, but it is what it is. I also needed to restock up on some paprika. I got the Fage, or Fage, I think it's Fage yogurt. I made protein bagels last week, so good. This week I'm going to make cinnamon raisin, see how that works out, but this is the yogurt that you need to get. She also wanted some cookies, so we decided, ooh, the lady in here. She wanted some sugar cookies. And then also for breakfast, I have not been interested in eggs for breakfast. I don't know. So I've been trying to look up different things that I could have. Lately, I've been doing like a protein smoothie with also the protein bagel. And then I also kind of wanted to add some other type of protein. So I ended up getting these sausage patties. I always like I got the brown serve. I usually like the maple one, but I must have just kind of been grabbing and going. She also wanted some bagels to have for breakfast, or also make pizza bagels. I've really been in need of a probiotic soda. I haven't had one in a really long time. I really wanted the Olipop, but I couldn't find it in the store, so I just picked up one orange, what is it called? Poppy raisins, so I can make the cinnamon raisin bagels. Also needed to get her some more soup. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is always a fan around here. Also, since I've been having more protein smoothies, and also the fact that I've been working out a lot more, I need to supplement and get my protein intake. So I always like the Premier protein one. I usually get it in chocolate and vanilla, but I just decided to restock up on vanilla, onion, some grapes. And then for our burgers tonight, we're gonna do mini burgers. So I got the King's Hawaiian roll. Nothing too fancy. Hopefully she eats it. These are the things that she asks for. She does eat burgers from time to time, and the reason I'm, whispering is because she's in the other room. But anytime she will typically ask me to make her something, regardless of how I feel, I still typically will make it. So like randomly she'll come to me and say, hey, I really want scrambled eggs. The girl doesn't eat scrambled eggs. But if you're gonna ask for it, I'm gonna give it to you, because then you're more likely to try it and eat it, and then that's something else that we can put into our rotation when it comes to food. So the same thing with the burger. She saw a pre-made burger that was already in the store, and she's like, you know what, I really want burgers. Say less, we can make a burger. I'm cool with that, because it kind of gives us another option besides, macaroni and cheese, chicken nuggets, pizza. That's all I can really think of. Those are like our top 3 kind of like staple things. So the fact that she wanted a burger, it doesn't come that often, our requests. So we'll make a burger. So that is everything that I picked up. All of this was $15. So price of goods is increasing, but then I do know me picking up laundry detergent, also a huge thing of ground beef, and also the protein, that's running all like $15 to $30 right there a piece. So I can understand why it was a little bit more pricey, but I'm gonna put all of this stuff away. I do want to get a little bit of cleaning done. I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily like film that, but that is the goal. Just do a little bit of a tidy up. I did end up getting those AC units from Costco the other day, which I do need to show you guys. They were actually on sale. So they originally cost about like $450 to $500. Costco has it on sale for $350. And then when I went back the other day, they actually had a coupon for an additional $80 off. So they were about like $270. So I picked up 2. Not that I even need it. I don't even know why I did that, but I knew I needed one, and then I'm going to put the other one in Riley's room, and then the AC unit that I typically put in her room is going to go in the dining area, because if this summer is going to be hot like it was last summer, we don't have AC in here. So like we depend on the AC units. It gets so hot in like the living room area, and only having one AC unit, I'm hoping that the 2 of them together kind of like blowing the cold air in, it's going to be more comfortable, because I don't like cooking. I don't like doing any of that stuff when it's too hot. But anyways, let me put all of this away, probably get a little bit of cleaning done, and then hopefully when she's on the phone with her friend, I can show you guys what I got her for Easter. I didn't pack her Easter basket or anything like that, but we could hopefully do a quick haul, because this girl is nosy. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to wait a couple days when she's with her dad, and then I can show you guys what I got.
It's getting closer to midnight. I try to get closer to you. Drinking courage from my red cup now. I will soon make a move. Ooh, I can taste it. The bittersweetness of taking a shot. A risk worth taking. If it's a shot of love, baby, I adore you. Maybe I adore you. Yeah, I'm feeling higher and higher. I'm up on cloud 9. Baby, I adore you.
Okay, so the entryway is looking a little bit crazy right now. These are boxes that I actually need to go throw in the trash bin. This is just one bag of stuff that needs to be donated. So I need to take the rest of the stuff out of the closet to form bags, and then hopefully I could take them, drop them off sometime this week. I promise you guys, finally we are going to get to putting these up in the kitchen. I just took everything out. It already has like the seal pieces on the bottom. I need to finally get to that. But these are the new AC units that I got from Costco. It's supposed to be a lot cooler, but specifically what I like it for is the fact of most traditional window AC units, it takes up half of the window. You can't really see outside of it and all this other stuff. So this is supposed to, it has like a huge gap in the middle, so you're able to close the door, or not the door, you're able to close the window, and then it's only a little piece on the side, on each side, that you have to worry about filling up, so like no bugs or anything like that gets in. I personally like this one, and I've been looking for one for a while, just specifically for my room. But when I saw it at Costco, I was like, oh my God, I need to get it. And then when I saw it was on sale, I'm like, you know what? At this point, I can't even wait any longer. So kind of gives you an idea as to like what it looks like. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, it's not hot enough to even put an AC unit in, but I do need to at least take the old one out. Hopefully I can get to that this week. They are supposed to come in here and fix the last three window, like the blinds that we have. They're the cheap ones that we had gotten like when we first moved in here, and now they have like the solid like wood kind. So I just put in a request because the old dusty ones, those are the last three windows, but they're not going to replace them unless they're broken. So now all three of them are broke, so I put in that request. The guy came by the other day. He was trying to track down the guy who does like the windows and stuff like that, but I do also know some people have moved out, so they're also like renovating those units so that they can get new people to move in. So I understand it's not like an urgent request, but at the same time I saw an email that said like, oh, it was completed. No, it wasn't. It was not completed. I'll give you guys like a couple days, and then I will be calling or putting in a new request saying, this is my other request. Nobody came by to fix it. You guys need to fix it. Like, we pay too much in rent these days. All of us, anybody who's renting or, you know, anything like that, we pay too much. Y'all need to come and fix the things that we're asking you to fix, you know? But, for the most part, I am done. I do need to hit that dining table because like we've been crafting a little bit. Riley said she would make cookies with me later today, but we don't know. We were supposed to do that yesterday, and then we kind of just got distracted. So hopefully we'll do that today. I don't know. We'll see. I showed you guys what I had done in my bedroom. Let me show you guys like the finished look. So here is the finished look. I was able to do the entire room, which I'm super excited about. And I ended up having enough that I was able to fix this, and I still had enough. So the next thing I really need to do is, I feel like I should save caulking to the end, but I just kind of wanted to caulk up at the top, any places where there's like small little gaps. Also hitting these corners, since I wasn't really able to do like the, what is it, like the 45-degree like cut or anything like that. I do also need to fill in these patches and everything. I placed an order online yesterday for me to be able to kind of like make little boxes down here. So I kind of wanted to like be here, just very vertical rectangles. I purchased 4, I think. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I'm not going to really have to do it behind the bed, and then a little bit behind the dresser as well. So I'm hoping that 4 will be enough. And then once I do all that, we will do it together. That's supposed to come in tomorrow. So I should be able to get that done this week. And then we need to caulk, paint down at the bottom, and then when I go and buy the white paint, I'm also going to try and find like a gray that I'm interested in as well. And like we're pretty much done. Then we'll have to get to painting and all that stuff. I doubt we're going to get to painting in this video, but at least we're starting the home renovations. And then I would like to go to Home Goods and just find some like decor pieces. I don't really want to keep my nightstands anymore. I do like the bigger nightstand look where I can actually like put clothes in, but I don't know what I can do with them. Maybe I can see if I can sell them. I don't really know. Sometimes I don't have the capacity for those type of things, but I found like a dark chocolate one that I think would be really, really nice to kind of like, you know, add a little bit more warmth in here. I would love to get a new regular dresser, but at this rate, like the one that I have works. And I'm basically saying the same thing to myself, like those work, so like why buy something new? But in my mind, that's what I would love to potentially do. But if I can find somewhere else to put those, then that might be, you know, a solution. I would eventually like to get Riley like a new bed. I found a cute one on Amazon that I think is like so adorable. But again, that's gonna have to wait as well. And then when she saw that I was able to do this, she's like, oh, can you do this for my room and have pink up top? And then, oh, is this the guy for the windows? No, but it looks like him. But she was like, where it has white down at the bottom and pink up at the top. And honestly, that's what I was planning on doing, is just upgrading her room, because we just have those like sticky peel and stick flowers, but I feel as if like she's ready for something that a little bit more mature or whatever. So that is basically what I'm gonna do. And then I also want to tackle the bathroom. I probably didn't do the bathroom before I do her room, and I kind of want to do the same thing by wrapping around the bathroom with the chair rail, but then adding like peel and stick tile up near the top. So those are just a couple of ideas. I started adding things to my cart because I don't know, I just want to make sure that I hit every space and just make it really feel like homey and just more of our vibes. So we'll see. So this weekend is Easter weekend, so I wanted to show you guys all of the goodies that I got Riley. I honestly have had this sitting in my car for weeks at this point. I do still need to just like build everything out, but I figured we would do just a quick haul. Now for reference, Riley is currently 7 and she will be turning 8 in June, so she likes crafting and different things, so it's kind of just like a bunch of just random stuff that I know that she is going to enjoy. So she had asked for Peeps one day when we were in the store, so I just secretly got her the pink ones. Is she gonna eat it? Probably not, but it was like $1, so it's like whatever. And then I always like to get her some type of like goggle or anything like that. She loves to swim, and in camp they swim literally every single day, and then of course we go on vacation. So I picked this one up, really cute. I love the little like detail here. And again, it's like pink, and I just think that it's something she's going to like, and you can never go wrong with having goggles because they break sometimes as well. She also loves her LOLs, and they are currently out in toy rotation. So I saw this at the Dollar Tree. It was $5, but I thought it was cute, and we're always losing the accessories, the shoes, all of the little itty bitty things. So kind of like restocking up on some cute accessories, I decided to pick this one up. So that could also be something that we can play this weekend. I also picked her up her own personal jump rope. Now, the neighborhood kids, we have all been loving jump rope recently, ever since last summer actually, and we're working our way up to just regular jump rope, right? Like I have one of those like huge like double dutch ropes, and then we're gonna start learning to double dutch. I never learned how to do that as a kid, but my neighbor, she knows, her and her sister, they used to double dutch all the time, so they're trying to teach the collective, right? But she does also sometimes want to jump on her own. So I picked this up from the Dollar Tree. She actually ended up finding it, and I'm like, hold up, you can't take that out because that was actually part of your Easter basket. I thought I hit it well, but clearly not. But what I do like is this actually has batteries, so it will light up. So I'll have to put those in before setting up her basket and everything. I also decided to get her some Play-Doh. We've kind of like dried out all of the current Play-Doh that we have, and she's back into using clay and molding and all of that kind of stuff. So I figured some Play-Doh might go over well. I don't know. This is kind of one of those like hit or misses, but you can't go wrong with Play-Doh. So I picked this up. A lot of the stuff I got from 5 and Below. I just ran in there, and they always have like cute little like tchotchkes and stuff like that. Also for her hair, I thought this was really cute, and I'm glad that I did pick this up because we were out shopping the other day and she was looking at hair clips, and she's like, oh, I want to get a hair clip. I'm like, well, Easter's this weekend, so like how do you know what are you getting though? And then she's like, oh, I don't know. So I knew right then and there this was a good purchase. And I just think they're like fun and cute, and she likes wearing her hair like up in hair clips or doing her doll's hair, so I figured that was perfect. Also, along the lines of doing her doll's hair, like she is literally obsessed with it. So I also got her own like little like spray bottle that she can like spray her doll's hair, because right now she likes to like wash their hair and braid it, twist it, and she'll use like our spray bottle when I need to do her hair, and then I can't find it. So I figured I would grab that for her. And then I saw this. I don't know if she's gonna like it or not, but they're Pop Rocks, and it reminds me of my childhood. I think it's fun because as soon as you put it in your mouth, like they pop everywhere. So I just decided to pick this up. I thought it was fun and cute. Maybe she might like it, maybe not. I don't know. And then the last thing I ended up getting her was there's this clay set, and I thought this was really cute because the current clay that we have, like we got a huge bucket of it, is just white clay, so we would have to like paint it and everything. So I thought it would be fun to have like the colored clay that she can create cute little things for. And then I feel like I've mentioned this to you guys before, but I've seen people like make clay and then they'll make like refrigerator magnets, so you just like glue the magnet piece to the back of it, which I think is cute. So like you're repurposing the like creative like craft that you have made. So I thought that was cute. I've also seen people make like cute little like petri dishes to put their jewelry in. So literally this is endless. I don't even know how. Oh, it's 48 pieces of clay. So I think she is going to love this, and also something fun that we can do this weekend as well. So that is literally everything that I picked up. I didn't want to go overboard. I didn't want to like stuff her Easter basket with just stuff that, you know, she's not going to actually use and play with and all of that stuff. But I am going to guess that the highlights is going to be the jump rope, because she's been asking for that for a while. I think the clay, and then I would say the spray bottle for her doll's hair, and then probably like the hair clips and everything like that. Everything else is going to be like, oh, this is nice, but I don't necessarily think she's going to be obsessed with it. Everything else that I did name, I think she is really going to enjoy. I just got back from the gym, and the last thing that I really want to work on is finally adding these like pull-out drawers to the island. I'm hoping that it's going to help keep things a little bit more organized, and also a lot of the times anything that is all the way in the back, it's kind of like hard to decipher what's actually back there, even though it's not too deep and it is an open space, which I will show you guys. But I'm thinking just with the capability of like pulling the drawer out, it's going to make things a lot easier. Also, I do want to note that this does come with these like platform type of thing. So if you do want to add these to a cabinet or your pantry or anything like that, but it has a little bit of a, what is it, like a, not a platform, but if it's like raised a little bit, like that front part of a cabinet, you can put these in and then you don't have to worry about that. I don't need that here, but if I do decide to ever add these to the bottom shelf, then I will need these because it's a little bit raised. We're gonna figure this out. It does come with screws and everything like that, but I'm not screwing it in. I'm just going to use like the peel and stick stuff. So the first thing I need to do is remove everything from this island. I do also need to wipe it down. It is a little bit dusty and all of that kind of stuff, and then we'll figure it out. I know that I'll be able to fit more than 2 of these, but I just wanted to try 2 to start out with, see how I like it, and then if I want to add more, I can definitely do that. My vision for this is to put hopefully all of our smaller appliances, the toaster, what's it called, the blender, all of that kind of stuff, things that I grab for on a daily basis, kind of put them all in one, so it's just like compact and a little bit more organized. And then if I want to do something else, I'm not really sure, I was almost thinking about putting, you know, like my like potatoes, even though I don't have any right now, potatoes, or like those type of like pantry type of items, maybe putting a basket in here. Like there's literally, the options are endless, but we're just going to figure it out as we go.
You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep, and you
So here's the finished look. Yes, it kind of does look similar, but I was able to bring a couple more items that were up on this shelf. Sorry for the lighting. Down here. And I was also able to kind of like group things a little bit more as well. We do still have those two items on this side, and then we do still have a little bit more space down at the bottom. Since this the trash bag does not take up the full amount of space, I might also be able to put some things behind there. But for right now, I'm just going to keep it as is. I do wish that I can find like a brown, like on camera, you can't really see it too much, I don't think, because these are black and then this is like a dark chocolate brown. So I wish I could find something that, you know, matched, but honestly, it's fine. I personally don't care that much. But I do like the fact that I am able to pull the drawers out. Now you do have to be careful because you guys saw that I had stuck it on and then, you know, it got stuck and all that other things. Thankfully, I was able to get it up. But if you guys do want to use it, be careful when you put it down because that stickiness is something serious. But yeah, I do like the look. I'll probably get, 2 more. I feel like what I ordered, it was just like a pack of 2 so that I can put another one down at the bottom. I'm not quite sure what else I will, you know, put down there, but it still looks good in my opinion. I've had them sitting around for a while, so I'm glad that I'm finally able to put them up and everything.